Welcome to SanJuanIslandsTV.com. If you're like me, some days you feel a little adventurous, and other days you just want to be comfortable. And with Western Prince Whale Watch and Wildlife Tours, you get both adventure and comfort.
Established in 1986, Western Prince Whale Watch and Wildlife Tours offers two different experiences. The 46-foot fast twin-engine Western Prince II was actually the first whale watch boat in the San Juan Islands and offers a great deal of comfort out on the water. However, for those that like a little more adventure, the newest experience takes place aboard the Western Explorer, the only United States Coast Guard certified rigid hull inflatable in Washington State. Every passenger on the Western Explorer is provided a full-length Coast Guard approved anti-exposure suit, which is designed to shield you from the elements.
So what do you think? High fashion on the water?
Once on board the bright orange 27-foot boat, Captain Ivan Reif, the owner-operator of Western Prince Whale Watch and Wildlife Tours, gave us a safety briefing and description of the 3-hour cruise. As we got underway, our shipboard naturalist, Chris Cassidy, began educating us about the area's wildlife and geologic history of the islands. After checking in with the Orca Network, Captain Ivan plotted our course and put the pedal to the metal. While Ivan is quick to point out the Western Explorer is not a thrill ride, I can tell you that zooming along a couple feet off the water at over 30 miles an hour is very thrilling, and quite safe too. In fact, the Western Explorer is similar to the boats used by the U.S. Coast Guard in search and rescue missions. Heading for Cattle Pass, Ivan and Chris heard that a humpback whale had been spotted on the west side of San Juan Island, just north of Limekiln Point State Park. Leaving the much larger and slower mainland boats in our wake, we quickly made our way up the west side. With the Limekiln Lighthouse in sight, anticipation began to build as we knew we were getting close. And then we spotted him. We were doubly lucky. Not only is it fairly rare to see these whales in the islands, Chris had spent the previous winter in Hawaii with humpbacks, so she knew a great deal about them.
I can't believe this. I've not seen a baleen whale here until now. This is so exciting.
We were soon joined by the Western Prince too, which we were scheduled to be aboard the next day. In all, we got to spend about 45 minutes watching this magnificent animal. After one last deep dive, we took off in search of more wildlife. After skirting the U.S.-Canada border, we soon came across a pod of harbor porpoises that were making their way north into Canadian waters. On Cactus Island, we found a couple of bald eagles resting in the trees. They look impressive even from a distance. But before we knew it, the time was upon us to return to port. After all that, pulling into the slip felt like we were in slow motion. We caught up with a few others to get their impressions of the Western Explorer experience.
Oh, it was awesome.
It was beautiful, beautiful day.
I don't think you could have beat the weather today and how calm the ocean or the sea was out there, and we got to see a baleen whale, which happens very rarely in all the porpoises.
I think I learned more today than I did in my marine biology class.
This boat we saw on the internet, and I told my husband, I said, this would be so great. It goes fast, it goes farther, it gets there quicker.
And if the big orange Western Explorer isn't your cup of tea,
you can always try the Western Prince. We boarded the Western Prince, too, the next day.
And if the orcas are moving,
Captain Pete was our skipper, and our naturalist was Allison. Allison also happens to be a charter member of the Salish Sea Association of Marine Naturalists, so we knew we were in good hands. Our new friend Chris was also on board as crew and the second naturalist. Leaving Friday Harbor, Allison talked to us about the orca whales we were likely to see, as there were reported sightings on the west side. Chris handed out complimentary binoculars to everyone. Soon, Captain Pete had us up to the Western Prince II's cruising speed of 21 knots. That makes her one of the faster boats in the Whale Watch fleet. By the time we reached False Bay, which was in no time flat, we saw the whales. According to Allison, it was a subgroup of Elpod. It looked to be anywhere from 5 to 10 whales cavorting, playing, and heading south. We got to watch the whales for over an hour, which was fantastic. It was a completely different experience from the adventure the day before. While the Western Explorer is a lot of fun, the Western Prince offers a few more creature comforts. The boat seats 41 people, but Ivan limits the number of guests to a very comfortable 32. Full walk-around decks, an enclosable main seating area, a restroom, and a warm-up cabin with a table and galley rounds out the amenities. If you like comfort, but you don't want to travel in a crowd, the Western Prince, too, is the Whale Watch boat for you. However, as Ivan likes to say, it's not really the boats that set Western Prince Whale Watch and Wildlife Tours apart.
It really comes down to our crew. I mean, I feel like we really have some of the best naturalists and captains around. People that live here, that are passionate about the ecosystem here and are really passionate about sharing that with our customers and trying to make sure that people take away with them a real appreciation for the animals here and the environment here, and also that they really enjoy themselves while they're on our boats and experiencing the San Juan Islands.
On our way back to Friday Harbor, Captain Pete took us past Long Island, just off the southern end of Lopez Island, so we could see harbor seals hauled out on the rocks. We even had a little entourage of seals come and check us out on our way home. Our capable skipper expertly backed the Western Prince II back into her slip, right next to the bright orange Western Explorer. Another great day out on the water was had by all. If you'd like to book a trip on either boat, or both, you'll find all the information you need on the Western Prince Whale Watch and Wildlife Tours website at orcawhalewatch.com or call 1-800-757-6722.
Whether you prefer a little more comfort or a little more adventure, Western Prince Whale Watch and Wildlife Tours has you covered. I'm Lisa Malika. Thank you for watching SanJuanIslandsTV.com, the place to visit.